If you're somebody that's a fan of Santal 33, then you're gonna fall in love with Joe Milano's Game of Spades bid. What's good, guys? Hunter here and welcome back to Fragrance Hunter. Today we are reviewing a fragrance from a very, and I mean very hyped up brand, Joe Milano Game of Spades. This one today is bid. I recently did review Wildcard, which is getting so much hype, guys. And personally, I think the hype behind that fragrance is well worth it. I fell in love with Wildcard, and we'll see if I fell in love with bid as well. But I'm so excited to be reviewing this one for you guys today. And like I said in that intro, if you're a fan of Santal 33, you're gonna love bid. Now, for me personally, guys, I've never been the biggest fan of the Santal 33 DNA from that pickly sandalwood. So going into this one, I didn't have high expectations like at all. But Joe Milano might have switched up a few things and made me enjoy this DNA much more now, guys. And I do want to shout out Joe Milano for sending this one over for review. Of course, I'm still gonna keep it honest with you guys. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. It's as simple as that, man. And if you actually don't know anything about Joe Milano, if this is the first time you're hearing about them, they are a luxury brand based, I think, in Paris that do make fragrances that are kind of inspired by other fragrances, but they're not complete clones, guys. They do their own twist, their own kind of unique touches on them, and sometimes even make them better. And probably one of the highest quality houses when it comes to that. Let's run down some information. So the release date for bid is unknown, at least for me. I'm not sure when this one actually came out. For the retail price, on the only size this comes in, which is the 100 ml, on the website is gonna run you $220, which I know is very expensive. Like I said, this is a luxurious brand, guys. High quality stuff. However, though, I will leave a tag on this video, the best price you could find in this one for, and I think you could probably get it around 60 bucks. And at that price for the kind of fragrance you're getting is very solid. Now, for the concentration with this, it is actually an extrait de parfum, so you are probably getting around 30% oil concentration, the highest used in fragrances. So they didn't even skimp out on the perfume oils with this one either, guys. Very, very potent. And for the perfumer, that is unknown as well. I'm not sure who was the nose behind Game of Spades bid. So all the information out of the way, let's look at the packaging and presentation you get with this now. So take a look at the box now. This absolutely looks like a well over $200 presentation. Game of Spades bid with the spade right there, which is their logo, parfum, and you have the spades in the background with, I believe, hearts as well. All in all, beautiful. And this box is very sturdy and heavy. Nothing on the bottom, nothing on the sides. On the back, you have a luxury collection, which this is a part of. You have your barcode and probably a barcode to authenticate your product and see when it was produced and some information. Joe Milano Paris, and your bottle is housed in this beautiful foam cutout. All in all, well worth the price when it comes to the presentation. Let's look at the bottle now. Take a look at the bottle, guys. It is in this green colorway. You, of course, have the spade, Game of Spades bid. Now, this bottle is very, very heavy, like on par with something like Parfums de Mali. Very high quality glass bottle. It's a very thick. On the bottom, you do have your sticker with your information. Nothing on the back. On top, you got that spade logo. Inside the cap, nothing on top of the atomizer. You have JM for Joe Milano. And the cap does hold on by friction very securely, so you can't pick it up with confidence. In the top, you have cardamom and violet. In the mid, you have iris and ambrox. And in the base, you got cedarwood, leather, and sandalwood. And that note breakdown, it does look very familiar to Santal 33. And this will be classified as a fresh earthy. So let's spray this and test out these atomizers, guys. Wait for this. Oh my gosh, that is one of the most satisfying atomizers I've ever had the chance to spray, guys. It is pressurized, as you've seen, and very much sprays a ton of juice. So let's go ahead and remind myself of bid now. Now, this one opens up very much pleasant because you're gonna get this very airy, fresh violet note. Now, honestly, I'm not usually the biggest fan of violet. It is kind of manageable in the opening of this one, the way Joe Milano did it. It's very much fresh, almost a little bit ozonic as well. Violet is also very heavy in Santal 33 as well, so it is gonna have that similarity in the opening. Now, alongside that violet note, you are going to get this very seductive, spicy cardamom, which I think balances out the violet perfectly when you first apply it. So very airy, fresh, ozonic violet mixed together with a very spicy cardamom. And cardamom is one of my favorite spices of all time. So it is a pleasant touch in the opening. I also will say the opening of this comes across much fresher than Santal 33. So if you wanted a fresher take on the DNA, this is it right here. And then in the mid, this very luxurious, kind of powdery iris note starts coming through. And iris is a note that always adds this kind of luxurious touch to any fragrance it's in and just makes it smell so much more expensive. But alongside the iris, you are going to get the ambrox note. Now, ambrox smells kind of like ambroxan, ambergris, very musky. And in this one, it kind of does give off this musky, ambergris nuance. Then in the base is the main star behind Bid and of course like Santal 33, because you are going to get a very woody cedarwood base mixed together with this kind of powdery sandalwood. Now the sandalwood in here does have a slight kind of dill pickleness about it. However though, it's a way less toned down on the pickly sandalwood compared to Santal 33, which kind of ruined that DNA for me, guys. I'm not a big fan of Santal 33. I do own a bottle right behind you though. So thank goodness the sandalwood in this one is less pickly, even though it is still there, you will detect it. I do think it's much more manageable than the overdose of pickly sandalwood you found in Santal 33. And of course, you couldn't have this scent profile without the leather, guys. Now the leather in this one kind of comes across like old library books leather. It is the exact vibe it gives off to me. Kind of earthy as well. It's like a very earthy, dusty leather. I think just adds a ton more complexity to the DNA as well, guys. Cedarwood, leather, and of course that slight pickly kind of powdery sandalwood. So I'll say right now, if I had to choose Game of Spades Bid or Santal 33, I think I would absolutely have to go with Bid, guys. It's a much better take on the DNA, much fresher, and toned down on the pickly sandalwood. Come on. And I know a lot of you guys watching this are just like me, can't stand Santal 33, even though maybe you appreciate the DNA, just wish it was a little bit different. So if you're like me, absolutely worthy of checking out Game of Spades Bid, guys. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the DNA still, despite this one being better. So this is not my favorite fragrance, but anytime I get that kind of itch to wear this scent profile, I'm probably reaching for this. But drop a comment down below what you guys think about Santal 33, if you like the DNA or not, and if you're thinking about picking this one up. So for the best seasons to rock Game of Spades Bid, I'm primarily wearing this one in the spring, fall, and winter strictly, guys. There's nothing summery, kind of hot weather vibes about this like at all. It's going to work the best in spring evenings when it's kind of a little bit cooler outside at night, and of course the fall and winter. And for occasion, this has always been a very versatile scent profile, guys. You can wear this one dressed down, wearing a t-shirt, shorts, jeans, a hoodie, running errands, but you can also wear it dressed up. It does have this kind of classy, sophisticated nature about it. Like if you're going to work in an office, going on a date, wearing maybe like a tux or a suit going to a wedding. Anytime you really want to smell a little bit more upscale, this is a scent profile you really can't go wrong with. So casual and formal at the same time. And for gender, this is a very much unisex fragrance, guys. I always thought Santal 33 was also a unisex fragrance. I know men that wear it, I know women that wear it and love it as well, and this is no different. And possibly even more unisex than Santal 33 because it's much fresher. Where Santal 33 is much woodier, much heavier on the leather. This one kind of takes a fresher approach, which might even draw women into this one even more, but still, guys, you can rock it as well, of course. For age groups, same as I think, very versatile, youthful, and mature. The kind of fragrance I could smell somebody in their late teens, early 20s, mid 20s, etc. Kind of got that new hipster vibe about them, which I always thought Santal 33 was. It's one of the most popular niche fragrances of all time, and it is kind of like new hipsterish vibes. This one's no different, but also I could see somebody a little bit more mature, has their life together, going to jobs, etc., etc. It does come across very classy and sophisticated, and can literally be a signature scent worthy for like all age groups. For performance you should expect to get from Bid. Now from my testings, guys, the last couple times I've worn this one, I got very solid performance from it, guys. With the longevity, on skin, on clothes, you're gonna get around 10 hours, possibly even more depending where you apply it and if you're moisturized. And that's one thing I have no complaints about when it comes to Joe Milano, guys. They make very potent, strong fragrances. I know Wild Card's an absolute monster. That stuff lasts over 12 hours. This one, a little bit less because it is a fresher fragrance, but still very much beast and kind of on par with Santal 33, which is a strong fragrance in and of itself. Easy will last you all day if you're going to school, if you're going to work, etc. You don't need to reapply this by any means. You spray this on in the morning and you're going to be set to go until like nighttime. And when it comes to the projection as well, I did get about moderate projection, which means it's not a weak projector, but it's also not like a room filler projector either. Do not worry, people around you, if you can see them, they're probably most likely going to smell you. It does project over an arm's length from my testing as well, and the scent trail you leave behind is going to be very good and possibly even be mistaken for Santal 33, which isn't a bad thing because a lot of people know that fragrance, and especially the way it it smells. I mean, you could probably literally go and ask any non-frag head like out on the street if they know Santal 33, and probably like 6 out of 10 times they will know it. Like I said, one of the most popular niche fragrances up there with like Baccarat Rouge 540 and Creed Aventus. So you're gonna be walking around smelling like a better Santal 33, guys. And you will definitely get attention and probably a few compliments. So let me know down below if you guys have tried anything from Joe Milano, if you're a fan of Bid, if you're a fan of Santal 33, and if you tried anything from his house. Let me know your favorites because they have a few that I need to check out. The only 2 I own are Wildcard and Bid, but I believe they have one that's inspired by Louis Vuitton's Imagination, which I dying to get my hands on. But besides that, as always guys, leave a like on the video, subscribe down below if you haven't already, because bro, what are you doing? I got you with the fragrance content, and of course, I'll see all of you back here in my next upload. Take care, everybody.